So,
We had already checked with 40 persons.
yeah,
Sure.
You were definitely in there.
Oh. Now I see it.
I see Ashen is
My
wide
bad.
awake this morning.
It's 3 a.m.
okay,
my
now we're
fault.
inside. As per the guide, you can now pop everything in the pretty pop section, and then you can refill your holster, such as your essences, your erasers, and the 2 actions you can already slot in. And yeah, just fill up everything with the holster stuff.
And I'll take some to my stance up.
I don't think we do have a caster target. Casters get neglected so much. You might be able to rope Langer into it though. Wink wink, nudge nudge. So here's a target here in front or behind of the cache if you need it as a physical gamer. Oh, I don't need to bring accents, do I? Nice.
God, I could have already done the dishes by now.
What are you complaining for?
It's cake.
Good point. Fair point. Of course. C, D, and F. Oh yeah, thank you for reminding me. Oh no, we're done. as you don't listen to me, you will survive. We'll
As long as they don't listen to you.
Yeah. You heard that right. We'll just assume the crowd is ready.
I'm always ready.
You're doing the dishes.
What?
No, I'm playing another game because we're waiting like 10 minutes
Oh, sorry, Crowley.
already.
It's alright. The rest of us will hurry up for you.
That's nice. Thank you.
Right, looks like I think we're ready. Yeah, looks about right. So, ABC on the A side, DEF on the D side. I should probably have fixed the, what's them? Oh, it's already been done. Sweet. And you guys on the Golem side, you can jump down one voice call as well.
This is your first time on Golems, or first time in general. We'll have all the DPS go to the blue room, except for his range, which I have already pre-selected. Once the blue golem is dead, we'll go over to the white golem room, then up to green, and over to red. The blue golems, since two of them start out blue, will have a AoE tank buster they will do, which will put a spicy bleed on their tanks. These need to be as soon as possible, because after about 3 ticks of that debuff, the tank will just die from the sheer amount of damage they've taken. These can be mitigated with medikits if you're so inclined. Either already have it on or a future run. The white golem will have a compaction cast at around 30-35%. We want to burst it down when this happens, because otherwise it will heal itself back to full. Nothing special about the green golem. A special thing is already getting handled by the fact that we have tanks in the hallways. The red golem, when we are getting all the DPS over to there, we want to take it down to around 10-15%, at which point you'll want to deal with the hallway golems, because we will then be waiting for slimes to say rupture or wipe. If they say rupture, we will come back, and I will invuln and pull it onto the colored circle in the middle of the room, because all golems, when they die, need to die on the colored circle in the middle of the room. If they die off of that circle, they will take a moment and then respawn, and we do the golem again. There is a trap in the blue golem room, so it's either between the colored circle and the opening to the room, or it is on the other side. Same with the other room trap that is somewhere in the north. There is a trap in the middle of the hallway that is in line with the walls that separate the north and south rooms. As I said earlier, all tanks should have their stances on. I will grab as the door is open, I'm going to grab my golem, then I'll get the blue golem room trap revealed, and then I'll head to the north. So if you need to go past the north, you can just hold back just a moment. I don't think I'm missing anything specific. So if you have any questions, you can hit no on the ready track, so probably just can do the ready track.
If you're hallway tank, you just wait on the spots and pick up the things to spawn.
Yeah, so there's you can't really see it right now, but there'll be a little circle on the floor on the other side of this door, and one near the north door. Every so often, they'll spawn a ruined golem, and you just need to keep those in the hallway.
Okay.
And yeah, and if you interrupt, Metamorphosis, I think it's head grazes the fizz range action for. So D is ready, F is ready, E is ready.
Did we assign the fist range for the interrupt? Did we assign the fist range for the interrupt on the?
Yeah,
Okay.
I got the fizz range in my party to do it.
All right. Nice.
To those of you that are curious about the fizz range position, it's just a once the golem turns red. Oh, and the blue and green golems for their rooms, you want to interrupt the all Metamorphosis cast. The other ones you want to interrupt the second one and onwards. Because those two golems need to change color. Blue golem shut this down. Holly shut this down. And all jumps. Prepare to Asuna the blue golem takes. Drop defeated. And on to white golem. Noosh, if you can come over to the red golem room. First down, and on to green. And my golem change color. And a spin.
You don't need to do any damage to blue for now, we have to wait for it to go all the way around anyway.
Yeah, and it's gonna keep me alive and out of that. Let it change.
Let's focus on the hallway ones.
Yep. One more color change to go. And some have non-structure, so as soon as this one is at 10%, I'll be sacrificing myself. That one needed to be gone through.
Mm-hmm. Yep, please don't interrupt at this stage. We really don't need to.
Once it's red, yes.
Normally, but I don't think it'll have time to do another call switch after this next one.
golems spawn. And it's probably tethered to me
Okay.
again.
Red. Focus.
Hold DPS just a second.
Go from the middle, go from the middle, go from the middle.
Dirt. Oh. Didn't even need my involved. At the north gate. you
Literally, like, I
turn
was
your
looking at the
stance
health
off.
going like, he's watching it, right?
Yeah.
Very spicy.
You can head over to Seeker. You can pick up 2 chests. They are personal loot. Only you can open the chests. And tanks can turn their stance off.
Noted that with the introduction, Trinity Seeker will start off with a raid-wide AoE called Verdant Tempest, which can easily be pre-shielded in the opener. Manifest Avatar spawns clones of Trinity Seeker that will cast mechanics for it later. With the cast of First Mercy, Second Mercy, Third Mercy and Fourth Mercy, each sword that Trinity Seeker holds will in turn begin to glow. The boss will cleave the half of the arena in the order the swords glow. Dodge these cleaves and then prepare to look away from the orb that spawns. This uses a gaze attack. Dodge the icy grid that appears below and make note of where the flower puddle spawns. It will grow bigger. Make sure you are not inside this puddle when the mechanic resolves. Mitigate and heal the upcoming Verdant Tempest and then pull the boss into the middle. Next, we have a telegraphed tank buster. Further,
Casters, your Cure 4 applies Bravery to your party. So just use it no less than once per minute, just so that your entire party has the Bravery buff, which is about 10% extra damage. But you can also use it as well to help your healers. It does massive amounts of healing. And for the Cure for the Fizz ranged, DRS just on cooldown or every 2 minutes. Just keep up more damage for your party. Other than that, for Seeker, for the most part, it's just a case of following calls. For the swords, I will call them out boss relative, so you'll hear something along the lines of front, front, back, back, left, right, right, left, something like that. When we see the grid, the orb, and the flower, the grid goes off twice, so just watch your feet while also looking away from an orb. I'll call out which marker to look away from. And then lastly, you move away from the flower. It expands, covers like over 3/4 of the arena, so just be mostly opposite. It resolves last though, so you don't need to panic too much, but at the same time, yeah, don't hang around. Last thing to note, really, is for the sand and the tiles floor mechanic, there are earth shakers that go out from the middle. There are tethers and a marker above your head, goes out on 3 people. So if you have that, you point it away from wherever the boss jumps to, as that's where the group will be. Does a little cone from the middle, so yeah, point it away from the group. And lastly, the barricades that you can see around the edge, by the 1, 2, 3, and 4 markers, certain mechanics will be either front or behind of those, so those are the walls whenever they're called out. So, what we can do then, we can do our ready checks. If you've got any questions, you can ask. It's no issue at all. If you have buff food as well, you can use it. It does give a little bit of extra HP, a little bit of extra damage. And Ashran's been tanking. Yep, you are now. Congratulations. A, B, C, and E are ready. Just waiting D and F. D's ready.
Oh, F's ready. I thought
And
F.
F.
Oh wait, sorry.
I'm ready. So,
I'm
sorry.
E. I'm E. That's all. Damn it.
Okay, in which case then, let's do our countdown. After is the main tank, marked by a little red cross. So just don't be near him during tank busters. And that was an early ball. Make sure your stances are off. And we're going to go straight into the sword cleaves. And we will be going back, front, front, back. Front, front. And back. Looking away from 2, watch your feet, and moving away from 1. Front or behind, just don't be on the sides. You have a couple of tank busters, just don't be in front. Kitchen sink this one. Or in on, one or the other. And don't be in front of this one either. We're going to get some chains, so just stay stacked up. Wait for the chains. And then we're going to break them and go behind any of the walls. Any of the walls. Back on the boss. Close to the middle-ish. This AoE's around the edge, and we're going to be moving out towards 1. The clone's going to dash through the middle, we'll follow them round. And then we'll be going behind wall number 2. Behind the wall. Back on the boss. And stay stacked just between B and A. These ads are going to jump around a little bit, and they'll do some lines. Dodge these lines that are coming up now. And then we'll be standing on tiles. Blue tiles. The next 2 will have the earth shakers from the middle. We're standing on sand. Everyone on sand. Earth shakers are going up now. Point them away. Earth shakers going out again, and everyone on tiles. And dodge the lines. Have a raid wide, maybe. No, intercardinal to the boss. Numbers are mostly safe. Back to the middle. We'll have AoE's dashes again, but this time with sword cleaves. And we're moving up towards C. Follow the dashes around. And then we are going front, back, front. Front first. Back. And front. Looking away from 4. And moving away from 3. Chains and a red wide. Solo tank buster in front. Next up's the sand and tiles with the sword cleaves. And we are going front, back, front. Front on sand. Back on tiles. And front. And one more on sand. Looking away from 2. And we're moving away from 3. And lines. Raid wide. And here, the Shumers will start rising now. Just be front or behind. Just don't be on the sides, that'll be next. Dead. Almost dead. Definitely dead. There we go. Good job. Traps ahead.
Right.
Don't run too far too quickly.
I
Grab
was
your personal
holding.
do. Sir?
I said I was holding because I thought we were waiting for 3. Sorry.
It's alright. All the rays are dead. And then we can go on ahead. Just care the traps don't auto run. And everyone's up. Sweet. Nothing to really note for Dahu. It's mostly the same as normal. A couple of differences though. Some numbers may go out, so if you have a number above your head, you just take it to the corresponding marker. Otherwise, just mostly be behind or far out. At least that way, then it's easy to dodge the side cleave. You've got to move into the first one as soon as it disappears. Other than that, dodge orange. Ready checks, and then we'll go.
Typing F.
Hmm?
I keep typing F
FS.
as in being used to
We'll say B's ready. C, D, E, F. Count down then. We'll put in about 22 seconds. That was an early dance. 15 for the dancers. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. First up's a couple of screams, which will drop a load of rocks everywhere, so yeah, dodge orange. 2, 3, he's going to do it again. And then he's going to turn and dash. He's dashing north, don't be in front. And he's going to turn and dash again. Dashing south-ish towards 3. Be on the sides. Dodge the cone. And then we're going to go back to middle. As around the edge, you're going to do some lines as sort of like a circle shape. Just dodge those. And then numbers are going to go out. So if you get a number above your head, just take it to the marker. 1 to 1, 2 to 2. Side cleaves up next. Left side. And into it. And then you're going to get knocked to any safe spot around the edge. Find one and get knocked into it. Back on the boss. Don't be in front or on the right. Going to spin around doing a cone in front. There'll be some ads, but we can just ignore them. Build up your job gauges. Need bash from healed. Just need the embalm later. And dead. Good job. To Queen's Guard. Hmm?
I think I just saw you facepalm the wall.
Oh yeah, I was typing in Discord.
I saw.
Gonna get that Queen's Guard command out.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so healers, you can now pop in, slot in either your Spellforge or your Steel Sting. What these do, whoever you apply it to, will make them do either magic or physical damage only. As the bosses will only be vulnerable to one of those kinds. There's a little table in the DRS chat to show you who needs what. So if you have Spellforge, anybody in the Spellforge column you buff, and if you have Steel Sting, anybody in the Steel Sting column you buff. The hybrid column needs either one or the other, so once it's called out, you may need to buff those guys in your party, the hybrid guys. Rest of us, you may need to click off one of these buffs off your buff bar. It'll be either the purple or the yellow. If you're not able to, or you're a controller player, whichever's easier, you can either right click the buff off your buff bar, or you can use the macro that's in DRS chat. So if you have one of the buffs that needs to be removed, use the macro, and it gets rid of it for you. At least then you can drag that onto your hotbar. Use it as a keybind. To note for healers as well, if any of the DPS don't remove it, you can overwrite it with the correct buff. So just keep an eye. Otherwise, you won't be doing any damage whatsoever. So mechanics in this fight, very similar to normal, except two of them kind of happen at the exact same time. In the first phase, we'll have the bomb mechanic. So depending on if you have a tether or you have the debuff that the tether applies to you, you'll go to either a big or a small bomb. I'll call out which one you need to go to if you have the debuff. You can see the debuff in DRS chat as well as the little set of scales, purple set of scales. As well, there will be the Knight's mechanic where we'll either have to take the bombs on the edge of the arena or there will be a knockback from the middle. The Knight does dash through the middle, so you don't want to be dead middle. It's only a little knockback, so being about halfway out, roughly where I'm about now, a little bit further, you've got quite a bit of room with it. Just so you don't get clipped. I'll call out which markers to get knocked towards, but if you want to work it out for yourself, it's either side of wherever the Knight is, who's somewhere around the edge of the arena. And obviously after the sword, then we go on the edge, take the bombs on the edge. It will as well have another mechanic which will use the same debuff or tether. So with the debuff, you'll be going to wind. If you do not, you will be going to lightning. Directly after that, we'll pop sprint, we'll run to the Knight in the centre, and we'll be going either inside or outside of the Knight's hitbox while dodging the 3 cleaves that come out of the ground, wherever there isn't one. I'll call out where to move towards. I'll call out the boss position, also the mark directly after as well. Second phase is mostly just following the callouts. The only mechanic that you need to resolve yourself is the gunner's mechanic, where you have a circle around you, but it's not a full circle, it's got a little cutout in it, or an open side. For that, you need to face that open side towards the incoming attack, which will be the gunner in the centre first, and then directly after there will be some turrets on Bravo or Delta side, which you face it to straight after. Just face towards one of the turret arrows, and that's it. Other than that, it's run to whatever marker I say. Fire or ice, just keep moving or stop moving. And lastly, the third phase, which is where we have a whole bunch of orbs along with the 4 adds, which are the same as normal. The adds just attack the oversized, don't attack the shielded size, otherwise you get knocked back and you'll get a little ruin stack. The orbs is 2 kinds. There's 2 aura spheres, one in the north, one in the south. DPS will be DPSing down as quickly as possible. As soon as we go into the third phase, all tanks will have their stances on. This will be picking up the aggro of these aura spheres. Then once it's dead, a spike check will go out. Be a mark above your head. If you get that, you just invuln, turn your stance off. That's it. It does have a bit more of a duty there. There are a whole bunch of orbs scattered around the arena. And we'll have 1 healer per party take caring of an orb. If you have a look in DRS chat, there is a little map as well, which will show you the positions of all the orbs. Just decide between your party who's going to take the H1 or the H2 orb relative to your party letter. Just make sure you know where your orb is. What you do with these orbs, you will use your light curtains to reflect the damage back to them. You want to pop your light curtain no later than when the AoE appears around the orb. Just be careful though, it does use a GCD, so if you're attacking when using your dot or anything like that, you may not apply it, so just be careful. Use your light curtain, stand in the AoE, reflects damage back, kills it. If your co-healer's dead, you've got to take care of their orb as well. They do 2 AoEs around them, so you've got time to do one, and then move over to the other and take care of that one. That's mostly about it. So, if you've got any questions, then by all means, please do ask. We'll do ready checks. And yeah. Where's Arn anyway? I need my excellence. Thanks, Hank.
Somebody has to do it.
Oh yeah, of course. You are welcome to move up to the bosses, just don't target them, especially if you're fizz range. We don't want them to move out. Out, 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 out. Run away. Use a bit of mitt, shield, whatever. And that's why we do not target bosses.
if you're new here, if everybody wipes, you have to restart the whole instance. So don't.
Yeah, we don't mess around with pull timers.
Okay, so yeah, you can move up some, just do not target them whatsoever until we are ready to pull. A, B, C, D, F is ready. How about Echo? Unless I can't missed it.
Oh.
F again.
Yeah.
He's ready. Okay, then we'll do our countdown. All four of them will be on the middle. Do a couple of AoEs possibly, so we'll just AoE them down first before they jump away. Oh, who was doing the soldier in the night, by the way?
I can't. My stance is already on.
Sweet. I saw it and I reminded myself, like, oh, I gotta do it. Gotta do it. Never did. There we go. All done. Warrior's gonna be at Bravo. Knight's gonna be in the center. And we're going to be removing purple and buffing yellow. Remove Spellforge, buff Steel Sting. First up is the bomb mechanic. We'll be getting a knockback from the middle. If you have a tether, you're going to small. If you don't have a tether, you're going to big. Knockback from the middle towards 3, 4, D. 3 or C. If you drop down, move to where a bomb just exploded. Back on the bosses. Spell the warrior. And a raid wipe. Next one will be the wind or lightning. Tether to wind, no tether to lightning. After that, we'll be going towards the knight in the center. And we're going outside of his hitbox, towards the front, towards A. Outside the hitbox. Back on bosses, the spell, and raid wipe. Tank busters as well. And mostly about level, so we just kill them. Good damage. Okay, soldiers on Delta, gunners in the center. Yep, perfect. First up are the fire frogs. We're going to be going between the second set of frogs that move. Can get melee up some on the gunner, by the way, as long as you're between the two frogs. And we'll be going towards Charlie. You have your open side. Face it towards the gunner in the center. And a turret on the side. Backbusters. And a raid wipe. We'll have the turret adds next. Our 2 tanks will pick them up. 2 main tanks. Wink, wink.
I know, I have the message. I will not forget again.
And the rest of us can DPS them down. Do it quickly enough, they won't have to invul it. Right. Invul on the sniper shot if you need to. And a rave wide. Nice. We'll have either the fire or ice next. You can keep moving or stop moving. And at the end of the cast, when stop moving, shoot your weapon, don't do anything. Stop, stop. A, B, D, E, and F again. And
Did you really use a super reaction on that?
huh?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I have 4 left.
You get like so many per month or something.
I have no idea. It's the first time I've done it.
I only saw it pop up once. I was like, I heard this is shit. I don't like it really. Yeah, double check stances are off. And we'll do. Tiny little road wide at the start, but just don't worry about it. Need to either Alpha or Delta, and we are going to Delta. Follow the donut down. And move over to 3. We jump in between 3 and 4. 3 cleaves on 4, then we'll move over. Use this time to start building your job gauges. Three, 2, 1, over to 4, dead.
You were talking about like these ads, like we've never seen it before. I thought we lost it, like you lost it or something.
I think a few of us popped excellence, to be honest.
Maybe.
Chuck's head, by the way. You can walk directly into the middle room as long as you follow the middle line, just don't go off to the sides. Here we go. One in the hallway. Doorway, we're going to call it. Don't auto run into this, hug the wall.
Cake by your rating.
And more traps.
Because I don't trust anybody. Done too many DRS runs with Airy.
I mean, it's
Wow.
like last DSR we did, like that happened, so I don't blame you.
Such a bully.
It's not a bully if it's the truth.
I mean, you know. I mean, you know. Anybody that no longer has any re-raises left, if you stand over to the left-hand side, and any DPS that can apply it to those guys, then please do. That's what you use your lost re-raise for. Okay, Trinity Avowed. Hope this is the one that everyone's done a little bit of research on. But I'll briefly go over everything anyway. Okay, so this fight, aim of the game is to get yourself to a neutral temperature. So you get hit by the opposite of whatever you have. We'll see each of the weapons first time around. It's very similar to normal. Meteors are much the same, there's just no safe spot in the middle. Arrows is very similar. There's just more paths, and they are not telegraphed as to which way the arrows are going to go. You can work it out by either placing the arrow. Basically, if the arrow can take a turn, it will take a turn. Or you can just follow the patterns that are in DRS chat. I'll call out which pattern it is, and then you just resolve your arrow accordingly. And the one that's majorly different is the sword, which is all 4 sword cleaves happen at the exact same time. There'll be 4 ads or 4 clones. And they'll be around the number marker somewhere. You can see a little GIF in DRS chat to show you how it kind of is going to look. But basically, there's only going to be one safe spot which doesn't get cleaved. It'll be either 1, 2, 3, or 4. I'll call it out. And you want to move in towards your sword cleave from that safe spot. Just don't be diagonal from it. It'll either be front, behind, left, or right. One square. Never be diagonal. It will kill you. Second time around that we see the weapons, if we see the weapons, will be with an extra little gimmick, which is the elemental brand debuff. It's like a second temperature. However, it resolves after the mechanic has finished. To make it a bit easier, just ignore the temperature above your head. Just look at your debuff bar for the 2 debuffs, 2 temperature debuffs. Add them 2 together to work out your true temperature. You then know what you need to get hit by. For swords, it is possible that you may need to get hit twice, so you may have 2 hots or 2 hot cold debuffs, for example. And for bow, it is possible that your elemental brand will cancel out your temperature. So that in that case, you will just follow the empty arrow space. So the invisible arrow, which has no temperature on it. Other than that, at least 1 tank per party needs to have Ether Shield slotted. Except for my party, because, you know, we're mega.
Wow.
Yeah, all the raid wise apply a nasty little bleed tick, so we'll need to use Ether Shield for those. I'll call out when to do it. I'll pre-call a raid wide just so healers have a little bit of time to heal up before it. And lastly, all 3 of the tank busters are dead. So for those, all tanks will need to be in front. Which one will be right at the start, so as soon as we pull, all tanks will be in front. That's mostly about it, so you can do ready checks, questions, whatever. Pop your buff food, it's about time for it to come to be refreshed. So if you could just head. Food.
Oh, I did it again. There.
Is it a weird?
F is actually ready though as well.
Oh, nice. Cirilla knew that. A, B, C, E, and F. Let's wait for Delta to finish up.
Spin out 1.
No worries. There it is. Gun.
Given I'm seeing reactions on the first side of winning part, I'm going to say we're ready.
So you're ready? Okay, then let's do our countdown. And the extra mechanics I'll explain on the fly. It's nothing to worry about though. Let's go. All tanks are in front for the shared buster. And Ether Shield's up. See each of the weapon previews. Start first, so we'll be moving away. No, it's got a couple of seconds. Out now. Next up is behind. And the last one will be in front. Oh no. Crouchy DC. And everyone in front. We're going to start with the sword cleaves first. Save any big stuff. And our first save spot is on 3. Be on or next to 3. Do not be diagonal from 3. And our second save spot is on 1. On or next to 1.
He made it pretty far.
He has, hasn't he?
He resolved his debuff.
Did he actually? Good job, great. Right back on the boss. Keep your shields up. And we're moving away next. Out, out, out. He's still alive. No. We're going to have the meteors next. You have your temperature. You're also going to get a force march as well. You know, your force march will take you to the correct meteor from the middle. Force march, check your temperature, and go to the correct meteor. Force march towards it.
Nope.
Back on the boss. Face towards the middle. Yeah, no, it's behind, isn't it? Sorry. I should research anyway. Eat the shields. Also resend some, we're going behind. All tanks will be in front for the shared bus that was coming up. And everyone check your force march. You're going to let your force march take you 2 squares towards either Delta or Bravo. Towards Bravo. Force march to Bravo, 2 squares. Not bad. Okay, you have your temperature. Find your arrow. And it's pattern number 2. Walk to the correct square. About right. Keep your shields up. And now can just face towards the middle. Everyone's going to be in front. In front. Perfect. Also recenter, and we're going into the second set of sword clues. Check your temperature, check your elemental brand. Add your 2 debuffs together. You may need to get hit twice here. And our first save spot is on 4. Be on or next to 4. Remember, diagonal from 4 is death. 2 is death. And our second save spot is on 2. Be on or next to 2. Back on the boss. Raid wide. Eat the shields. And we'll be moving away next. Ow, ow, ow. Temperature, elemental brand. This time we'll be walking manually to your meteor while dodging some columns on the outside. Only one tile per corner is going to be safe. The inner corners are safe, the inner white tiles. Yeah, you can wait for your healer LB3s, eat shields, and now you can heal their LB3 because you did it a little bit too soon. People won't have either shield. Behind. Yep, good job. Yeah, be careful there.
The only group that did it was mine, and I waited until I managed to hold Ether Shield until just after they were alive.
Lucky.
I think.
Yeah, hopefully. It's alright. But yeah, do it too late or do it too soon. The raid wide will play bleed people without Ether Shield. It'll kill them. Okay, I think people have gone to the mini trap already? Question mark?
Yep.
Sweet.
Extreme is on the way. I think they might be being followed by a few people.
Awesome.
They're both popped already.
Oh.
Bit of press to do with first. Two seconds.
Don't run ahead once you load back in.
They're all traps, yes.
There's one more on the bridge.
Open the door.
Was it Amazon?
Nah,
Is
not
it-
this time.
Is
Yeah.
it me?
Oh yeah, right. We're not in BA.
Nah, it's Postman. Okay. Let's post the old trainer. There's a couple of pictures in DRS chat, which I'll explain in a second. But, 4 tanks that can kite some ads on the right hand side. So, familiar with the fight at least. Be nice. Dun, dun, dun. There you go, I'll be nice to you this time.
Ah, okay.
Okay. Brief explanation for this boss. The killer of this boss is the ad phase. The rest of the fight just follow the course for the most part. So for the ad phase, we have our 4 tanks. There will be 4 ads. All our 4 tanks will go to the corresponding markers, pick up the ads, and just keep your distance from them. Use your range attack, drag them around the arena clockwise. Rest of us, healers, you will be on the inner ring, and rest of us will be on the outer ring. You can see them on the arena already, they're a little bit lighter colour. Healers, your duty is to reflect the fire orbs with your light curtains, and need at least a couple of healers with Dispel in, just to dispel the earth orbs, and then you can just apply dot to it to kill it. Hearing popping, so I assume it's a Dispel. Rest of us, though, yeah, we'll be going towards the 3 marker, and we'll be DPSing down the ads one at a time. We'll be DPSing down counterclockwise, so we'll start with the 3rd one, then the 2nd, 1st, then lastly 4th. Lost my train of thought. There are some traps as well, I was meant to say. Not long after the ad phase starts, there will be some traps between the number markers on the outer ring. So, shortly after we go to the marker, you want to be on a number position. You don't want to be in between them, otherwise you may pop the trap. The kiting tanks will, once the traps go out, can pop their invuln, run round to the next marker. I'll pop the trap. Healers in the middle, just keep an eye on them in case they got a bleed, especially if they're a gunbreaker, and if they're a Dark Knight as well for the explosive traps. Other than that, just don't use any of your big damage stuff once we pull. We'll save all of our damage for the ad phase. Oh, and the debuffs. 2 debuffs. They are in DRS chat. You can see them there, the push and the pull. They go out a couple of times. We may see it twice. We may only see it once. For those debuffs need to be resolved inside a notch. There are notches on the cardinals and the intercardinals of the rings. For those, you need to resolve them either push one, you resolve on the inner notch to get pushed out, and the pull one, you resolve on the outer notch. Right in front of the 3 marker here, you can see, to get pulled in. Other than that, the notches will be used to dodge the lightning area that goes around the edge, so anytime you see lightning around the ring, just be in a notch. Other than that, watch your feet for puddles, and we'll be fine. Just to note as well, the ads do move very, very slowly. If a tank dies, any tank that can, just pick it up, keep dragging it around the arena clockwise. If you're DPS and it's on you, same again, just keep your distance from it, drag it around the arena clockwise, it will not hurt you as long as it doesn't smack you. They move quite slow, you'll be fine. Okay, so ready checks, questions, the usual. Yeah. Start at 3. A, B, D, and F are good. Oh, you know what? Might as well do the same then. For the last ads. Here, target me and then you can target. Go, nice. Okay, C's ready, so we'll do our countdown. So save any of your big damage stuff, we'll wait until the ads. Yeah, let's go. Just be close to the boss, as there'll be 3 cone areas. We'll have to use a knockback unity at some point as well. And use your knockback immunity now. Be close to dodge the 3 cones. Okay, thanks to your spots. Healers on the inner ring, everyone else towards 3. Traps will be going out very soon, so move back to a number marker if you have to. Thanks to an invuln and sweep the traps. On to the next ad. You have your debuff, check what you got, and resolve it now. Resolve your debuffs. Stickman in, spaghetti monster out. On to the next ad. Be a notch in any notch. On to the last ad. Dodge puddles. Gonna get a debuff, but don't worry about it. On to the boss. Next, there will be a couple of lightning puddles. Well, 3 of them actually. If you get a marker above your head for the purple one, take it out to the edge of the arena. Then move out of it once you've placed it. Moving out in a second. Move out, max casting range. Back on the boss, another 2 sets of lightning puddles. Another set going out now. And away from the proximity. There'll be 3 cleaves after, so be far away or close. Start Rising of Dead, and we're basically done. Good job. Grab your personal loot. Oh, just wait a sec before going ahead. Good job, not too bad. Not too bad at all. Okay, looks like everybody's up, so we can go ahead.
No, nobody did the cheat code over the teleport thing. Sad face.
Alright, balance the excellence target them up with a nice triangle. Okay, so Queen's Guard, Queen, not Queen's Guard, but it is basically Queen's Guard 2.0. Curse majority mechanics are recycled from QG. What you can expect from this fight. is the tethered wind and lightning, same as we had in the first phase. This time it will be with the gunner's open side, which will be gunner at 1 this time, and the turrets will be on Bravo and Delta, same as before. We will also have the knockback from the middle. Same again for that one, just be about halfway out. This will be while dodging the Queen's half arena cleave. Directly after that, there will be the exploding clones, which we didn't see, but we'll get away from the tethered set, while dodging the Queen's half arena cleave again. I'll call up where to run to and where to get knocked to, mostly. Directly after the second super chest, there will be the Knights mechanic, so we'll just stay stacked up in front of Queen. The Knight will jump towards us, and we go either inside or outside the Knight's hitbox while dodging the Ruby Cleaves, same as phase 1 again. Directly after, there will be the bouncing turrets, so as long as you're not in the orange or in front of a turret arrow, then you are absolutely fine. Last one, if we see it, is the bomb mechanic. So depending on tether / debuff, depends whether you go to a big or a small bomb. This will be first a knockback from the blue line, and then we'll have either fire or ice service fire. Straight after knockback, stop moving, stop doing anything, then run to your bomb after. If it's ice, then you just keep moving, and then keep moving when you're on a bomb. Couple of unique mechanics here. We have the North Swain's Glow, which is 3 little orange drops, which will be on 3 of the number markers. We get away from wherever the lines intersect. This happens right at the start in Easy Chess, and it also happens during the first run of this play, which with a tethered wind and lightning. So I call out which letter marker to run towards, and then you just adjust accordingly. One other thing that's unique is one of the raid wides happens twice. There will bring up a sovereignty gauge. Once that ridge is 100, this is what everybody's light cones are for. You should have a couple in your holster. This is what this is for. Pop your light cones, stand in the lightning orbs, reflect the damage back, and that'll make a safe spot for us. We only need to reflect 1, so don't need to worry about running around and trying to reflect them all. Just need 1 to make a safe spot. At the same time as well, once you pop your reflect healers, you will need to dispel the Queen about 5 times, so just spam it. Last 2 things, tank busters are require a couple of swaps here. I think we've already got 3 tanks marked, so I'll just settle for that. I think you're all Paladins, Gunbreakers. Yeah, you are. That'll do. Tank busters will be 2 cleaves which are involved. After the second cleave, the next tank in line will provoke. And for the super chests, for that, I can tell you where to go. Just add your 2 debuffs together. You'll have 2 number debuffs, add them together. I'll tell you where to stand. That's mostly just about it. For the super chest, when you resolve it, it will resolve in 2 halves. You walk a certain number of squares, whatever number's above your head. You stop. Some Queen's Guard will do some AoEs, and then you resolve your debuff into the safe spot. Safe spot will need to be on either A or C. So face towards it, move away from it. I'll tell you where to stand. Relative to facing towards the safe spot. Okay, so ready checks. Got any questions? By all means, ask. A, B, C, D, E, and F. We are all ready. Okay, so Tank Warrior's got their starts on, which I believe is Ashran's. Countdown. First up will be a raid ride. Ether shields up. And then we'll be going into easy chess. Of course, that will be getting me to run towards, and then we'll adjust accordingly. Then we're going to run towards Charlie. Charlie's not safe, but the backside of the black tile in front is. And then right side. Towards 3. Or left side, either one. Our first tank buster coming up. Tank 1 can inbound. Second slash, and tank 2 provoke. Ether shields up. We're going in super chest shortly, so save any bursts. Add your 2 numbers together, we're going to end up on Charlie. We are going to have 5 behind 2, 6 on A, 7 behind 1. 5 behind 2, 6 on A, 7 behind 1. Pretty sure I'm right there. Yeah. And we're going to resolve down the 2 and the 3 column.
Great plan. Great, yeah.
I resolve with everybody, but I just don't like resolve it myself every time. Back on the boss. Raid word coming up. Ether shields. Somebody changed the markers.
Yeah, I did notice before he pulled.
Neither did I.
They're still cardinal accurate.
For some reason they're in the corner. Light curtains dispel. I'd have light curtain on my hotbar. And be inside of a dome. Dispel the queen. Dispel, dispel, dispel. Dispel. Thank you. First one at display. Have a tether to wind or lightning. You have a tether, you're going to wind. If you don't have a tether, you're going to lightning. I'm going to wait for the north range to go first, though. And we're moving towards Bravo. Debuff to wind, low debuff to lightning. You have your open side faces the gunner towards 1. And a turret on the side. Tank 2 can invuln. And tank 3 provoke, spot on. Second one at display with a knockback from the middle, along with the queen cleaving. Remember, I'll be about halfway out. I'll tell you where to get knocked towards. And up towards 3. Halfway out. After that, towards B. Left side of A. I think, isn't it? Yeah, left side of A. That's majorly tripping there. Override wide next. Ether shields up. Now we're going to super chess again. Add your debuffs together, we're going to end up on Alpha. We're going to have 5 on 4, no, 5 behind D, 6 on 4, 7 in front of C. I'm not tripping.
I just crashed.
Good job. Okay. Walk over many squares.
I know there's a gunbreaker in there, so be ready to take aggro.
Yeah. Any gunbreaker that can provoke, just stance on, provoke it as soon as we come out. Literally as soon as we come out, because it's going to be a tank buster. Gunbreaker or paladin, either or. Stance on. Provoke now. Don't care who it is.
There is only one gunbreaker and there's no spare paladins.
There they are. And invuln. Perfect. All done. And healer LBs, yeah. Forgot to call it. Healer LB from the center. Be quick about it, though. And everyone stack up between 2 and 1. Where we are, mostly now.
Shield.
We'll be staying inside the knight's hitbox. It's going to jump towards us. We'll stay inside. Small safe spot. Behind-ish. A little bit skewed. It's okay. And then dodge the turrets. Light curtains dispel. Otherwise get away from lightning orbs. Inside of a foam. Yeah, you just build this thing. Sweet. If you're going to heal her LB, then do it now. And Ether shields up. And kill the boss. Last chance to heal her LB3. Dead. Good job. Easy as that. Oh, and the disconnect got there because woohoo! Good job. Not bad, not bad. I think there's another DRS like on pretty soon. It's not for about 2 hours, is it?
Oh, that's a beer.
No, it's another DRS run. There's some people in this run around. Don't know. So what we can do, if anybody fancies it, we can go for a second one. Really earn that mount. Get some extra loot. Any tank's got sacrifice as well. If you can raise any of the guys that are dead, that would be nice.
Do. Who is not being rezzed actively listening right now?
Yeah, I think.
That's everyone got raised there.
Oh, and doing your screenshot by the tree then. We'll have a little break. Next run won't take anywhere near as long because there won't be any explanations. There we go. That's in the thread. So what we can do is then yeah, we can hop on out. If you want to leave, by all means. If you want to stay, more than welcome to. What we're left over with.
You have access to the roster.
Yeah.
I actually forgot if I signed up for the later one or not.
Bear with. You did.
Ah, fuck. Yeah, okay. Alright.
You're on the roster.
Yeah. I think I